Welcome to Web3 Sales Gym. In this super short video, I'm going to unpack a very big topic that is important for everybody that is doing sales in Web3. Are you a founder, you're a salesperson, you're a marketer, you're a growth person, doesn't matter. You will always deal with the rejection, because rejection always comes when you offer something and then the other party, they don't see the value or they don't want to buy or something's not aligned and they tell you no. They tell you, sorry, Nicolai, it's not the right time. No, we're out of the budget. No, just because we don't like you, we don't think your product is valuable, and blah, 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 blah. And a lot of this stuff, they cause a lot of mental pressure, specifically for people that are new to the space, but also with the people that have been for a long term in the space. Sometimes you see how salespeople are wearing out. They're wearing out dealing with this constant pressure. And sometimes your internal resources are lacking and you run out of them. So I'm going to share you a few secrets, what other people in the industry that have been selling for 10 plus years, what they told me and what helped me in the beginning to rephrase this and reframe this thing in my brain, because I also had this problem. So the biggest and the most important piece of advice that I got was from a guy called Antonio in my previous work at Morales. He told me that if somebody's telling you no, go straight away, find 3 similar companies like them and prospect them. So that's the main thing. So if somebody's telling you no, you need to understand that there's always more opportunities somewhere there else. If this company is telling you no, go find 3 similar ones and go prospect. This is the thing, because this automatically says the reframe that it's you are the one who is controlling the process. Because one of the worst things in somebody telling you no, it's kind of like you are rejected and you don't control anything. But you need to remember that you're an adult, that you can make your own decisions over your own life. And if in this specific scenario, this deal or this call didn't work out, that's fine, because there's always more opportunities somewhere out there. And it's your job as a salesperson or as a professional to refrain from this one specific no and think, okay, if you're telling me no, okay, I'm going to go and find 3 more projects like you. And one of them is going to tell me yes. So that's the main idea. Another thing is you need to understand that the best closers in the industry, whatever you're doing, IT, SaaS, Web3, doesn't matter, their close rates is around 30 to 40%. So like if you're having that, you're amazing. What this means is that the best closers in Web3, like if they close, if they speak with 10 people, from 10 people, they expect to close 3. This means that the 7 others would tell them no. And this, I'm talking like about the best rates. So if you're an average or you're just starting out, you don't know how to do this. So even if you have 10 calls and now these 10 calls, 1 tells you yes and 9 tell you no, that's still an amazing result. You don't need to worry about that. You need to focus on things that you can control. Like you need to detach yourself from the process and the mindset that if you lose this prospect right now, or if you lose this deal right now, you need to understand that you're going to be fine. That's another piece of advice that I got from one of my mentors early on in the career. He told me always, like, Nicolai, you need to understand that when you go on the call, it doesn't matter who is on that call. Even if you're speaking with Elon Musk, if you lose that deal, or if you say something bad, or like if it end up exploding and everything's going to be bad, you need to understand that you as personally are going to be fine. And this is what's going to help you move forward. First one, you don't deal with the rejection in the way that you're rejecting the prospect. You deal with rejection that you accept it, and then you say, okay, I'm going to find 3 more like you, and I'm going to close one of them. And you need to understand that you're not closing everybody in the world. You need to understand that, okay, there's going to be people that say because saying is fine. It's like day and night. If you don't get the no, this means that you won't get a yes. Because you don't get a no, this means that you never asked. And if you never asked, that you already lost upfront. It's the same thing, because like this can be like in a ridiculous example. So for example, if you want to get something that you shouldn't get, for example, you're going to a museum, you can go to the ticket shop and you can say, what's the chance that I can get a free ticket today? So the chances that you get there is pretty minimal. Like I would say 99% chance that you are not getting it and 1% chance that you will. But you will get a no. But there is a chance that you could get a yes. So if you never ask, then you lose upfront. So when you get a no, this is the price that you pay for getting a yes. If you treat it this way, if you reframe it this way, that means that we as a salespeople, we are paid. This is the risk. We are paid for the risk. And typically where the risk involved, there is a higher reward. The riskier investment is, the higher probability of the reward. If you were go and invest like, 200K in Dogecoin when it was like nothing, and then the Dogecoin went up, we all heard the story. But that guy, when he did that investment, he did the crazy risk. The same thing works in sales. Whenever you go and ask somebody, your risk is getting rejected and told no, and being rude, and somebody will tell you mean words and all of that, blah, 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 blah. But that's the price that you pay as a salesperson for doing this job, for earning big commissions, for having an opportunity and impact over your life. Because if you were working somewhere at the place where you just get a stable pay and you have no way, like doubling your work doesn't mean that you double your pay. That's the thing. If you want to do that, go there. You need to change the job. If you're staying in this space, you need to understand that rejection is okay. You can always find more people. Closing, you cannot close everybody. You need to understand that every deal, even if you lose a certain deal that was super important for your career and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. You're going to be fine. You will have a roof under your head tomorrow. You will have food on your table. You're going to be loved by your wife, your mom, your loved one, like your close ones and all that stuff. So you need to accept all this stuff. It's all in your brain. It's all in your brain. So you need to deal with your brain. If you deal with your brain, if you solve this problem, it's going to help you propel in your growth, in your revenue, in everything that you're doing. I'm wishing you to find internal balance with yourself. Never be afraid of the rejection anymore. Internalize the things that I'm telling you here, because they are really working, and it's not the thing that I just came up with. It's the thing that people that have been in the game for 10, 15 years before me, this is what they told me. Wishing you a very nice end of the day. If you want to join the Web3 Sales Gym, the link to apply in the community is below. I'm looking forward to see all of you there. The community is growing, the challenge is growing, so I'm super, super happy, and have a good day. Bye-bye.